All right. Hello and welcome to yet another exciting session at NestGen 23. Hope you enjoyed the previous set of sessions earlier today. Please drop in a message in the chat box and let me know what you do, where you're from, and what you think about the subject we are dealing with here in the session. During the course of the next 45 minutes, we'll be discussing how construction management is going to see a drastic change with the adoption of drone in the box solutions. Drones have become increasingly popular in construction management because they can quickly and easily survey sites, collect data, and provide real time insights. With the advent of drone in the box systems, managers, surveyors, and head office managers can monitor construction progress to evaluate it directly from the computers, eliminating the need for physical travel. Angel Swing is a cloud based drone data platform that uses drone captured imagery to digitally reconstruct physical job sites. Their mission is to address a range of challenges in both industry and society using innovative technology. And today we have with us Peter Park, the co founder and CEO at Angel Swing. Peter initiated Angel Swing project to aid in the recovery efforts following the Nepal earthquake. After gaining invaluable experience through subsequent endeavors, he established Angel Swing as a sustainable company to continue its impactful work. Prior to this, Peter pursued aerospace engineering at Georgia Tech, but withdrew from his studies to dedicate himself fully to his entrepreneurial pursuit and create a positive impact in sectors such as construction, waste management, disaster relief, and urban planning. Now, some housekeeping rules. Please use the Q&A section on the right of your screen, and Peter will address those questions at the end of the session. These sessions are being recorded and will be published soon. You will receive an email for the same. Visit the booth section. After this session, there is a booth and networking visit section. If you thought that these sessions brought you some valuable insights, please don't forget to share them on LinkedIn or Twitter with NestGen, with hashtag NestGen23 and Open DiB movement. Before we begin, I would like to express my gratitude to our sponsors for their unfettered support. Our title sponsors, ETI Enterprise, and Platinum sponsors, Volitus Aerospace. Without any further ado, let's hear it from Peter. Yeah, Peter, you can
Hello,
share.
everybody. Yes, I'll share my screen and start the session. Hey guys, so my name is Peter, and thank you, Jit, for the introduction. Today I'm going to cover transforming construction management with automated drone technology and digital twin platforms. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen, and I'll move on to the next one. So to tell you a bit about our company, we have this great vision. We try to build a real-time updating map for our planet. And when we say real-time updating map, it's something similar to Google Earth, but the maps are updating in real time so that you will see a bus actually goes to one place or another. You will be able to see that from your computer. And we want to build this every part of the city. Of course, we cannot build that structure at this moment, but we start to do it in an industrial job site first, and then slowly moving towards to city level. So that's the direction where we're headed. We were founded in 2016, so it's almost become 7 years after I run this company. And today we would like to tell you about how we've been transforming using this real-time updating map to help the industry, especially construction industry. Industry so far having a lot of trouble and a lot of inefficiencies happening in this job site. And we want to help them to address this issue by providing this real-time updating map. That's the direction where we headed. And the direction where we headed is actually making the digital twin. And there's a lot of platforms that actually help you to become to build a digital twin. And we are based from photogrammetry technology to turn that reality into a digital space. And we help them help our construction companies to work better by helping them to make their site logistic and coordination plan a lot better than before. And we save time and cost for them to operate by the means that I'll explain from right now. Starting with site planning and communication, these are really big difficulties at the job site, and we help them to have better communication, and we save about 12 days per year safely. The reason we can do that, our solution drone captures the job site photos, and then these photos are processed through our proprietary photogrammetry technology to turn that into a digital space like this. And this is digital space or digital twin is accumulated over a period of time so that you can compare what changes over a period of time like this. Not only that, this digital twin is actually something that can help you to monitor entire progress of the job site. So that at the end of the day, you'll be able to have these kind of time-lapse video that can be a real good communication tools between general contractors and their clients and also subcontractors. So this documentation is something that's very important for job sites to have. And using our solution, you'll be able to have this kind of documentation done so that you'll be able to build this time lapse at the end of the progress. At construction site, to having these kind of visualization tool is great, and that helps you to save time for your communication time. But also, is simulation feature is something that help our users to have better site safety and also productivity. So we built this tool that helps our users to simulate the work of tomorrow, the day before they actually do it, and they can easily communicate visually by simulating the work of the tomorrow and help them to communicate 10 times better than before. The model that we are actually using over here is actually modeled from actual dimension of the equipment, so that whatever that works here in a digital space, it actually works at the real job site. That's the beauty of digital twin plus a simulation part. Number two is a site management wise. Our user is general contractor who check as planned, which is their design, and also they check as is. And these are actually common things that they do at the job site. And these are typically takes hours and hours, and we can save this into a few minutes. The reason we can do this is basically we project their design on top of the reality data or digital twin accurately. So we accept DWG file, which is one of the most common file format that is used, that is produced by the Autodesk product, AutoCAD. And you can directly upload it to here, and this can be visualized and by reading the coordinates from those CAD files. Or you can also upload DXF file, which is a common or open source file format for CAD, or PDF file, and then you adjust the where it should be positioned. Of course, the PDF isn't really accurate, but you can still make this use of the tools that we have to make sure that it's aligned accurately. Number three is a site survey. I'm sure that every drone person over here is already know that it actually be used for surveying and save quite a lot of time. Of course, you can do this in our platform as well. So this example is just showing a cross section after you generate a digital twin. And then you can actually draw a line that you can measure distance or elevation. At the same time, you can also check the cross section of it. So you'll be able to get the information you need from our platform by clicking a few buttons rather than going outside, following that red line using heavy equipment like total station or GPS to collect the dots every 30 centimeter or 1 meter. And then you have to draw those points into the CAD, and then you draw a line to get this one. So that's actually a lot of the work that is needed in order to get this line. And that's how it has been. And we are transforming the way to manage the job site much more efficient way. So we have a bunch of survey tools providing. You can check cut and fill, as well as you can also check how much cut and fill is left, as well as the changes between this month versus last month, or today versus yesterday. These all things can be possible because we provide a bunch of tools for the survey, and this is just one example. So far, we've been covering 204 job sites within South Korea, and top South Korea's construction companies are our clients, and about 70% of top 20 construction companies uses our platform for their digital twin platform for their efficiency and site safety. And we plan to increase the scale as well as to increase in different job sites in different world as well. And so far, we've been covering about 10 different countries at this moment. We are developing a feature that is also very different from most of the other photogrammetry engines because we try to capture the data and then build the 2D and the 3D maps in real time rather than taking 4 to 10 hours later. So we are doing a research on making sure that we can generate maps in real time rather than waiting for hours and hours. So at the end of the day, we want to build a real-time updating map rather than map that is generated a day before. So that's the direction where our R&D is headed to. And exciting news to everybody is that we are going to release this functionality soon this year in 2023. So that's going to be changing some of the ways that we've been doing using photogrammetry, but we can do this in real time. So this is actually some founding story I would like to tell you about our company because that's very special. We were founded as a student project back in 2015. It was a student club, and there was an earthquake that happened in Nepal, and a lot of people got affected by this deadly earthquake. And then Nepal government at that time didn't know how much damage it was done to their land after a month later. So I thought it was good idea to bring drone and start to capture and create maps. And that was how it got started. So it's me over there actually flying drone in the Nepal, rural area in Nepal to capture the data. And that's what it has been so far. And the mission of building a real-time updating map is actually formed over here using innovative technologies like drone and this photogrammetry technologies. However, the problem is, the people have to be there, or drone pilot has to be there to fly the drone. And this process of collecting the data until the visualization takes a lot of things: flight approval, flight planning, data collection, data processing, and sharing. And that's actually how it usually is done. And the problems with the data collection using drone is that you have to involve humans into the data collection part. And this is actually a great pain point for our user in South Korea and different countries. So this is what we've been so far listening and also finding a way that we can automate this process. And thankfully, the development of the drone in a box system is actually start to form. And this is a DJI drone dock system that is also introduced in the session in next gen. And this is something that is going to change the way we actually fly the drone because this eliminating the human from the equation of data collection part. So this is exciting for everybody here. So we are also excited to explore these kind of technologies to fully automate the process of drone data collection part. So that's the reason why we also purchased one of the drone stations from Hexatronic, which is also partner of Flightbase. And we are also testing at the job site to see how much it has stability, safety, and as well as a way to transfer data autonomously. We are working hard on Flightbase team to make sure that this data transfer is fully autonomous. So our user at a construction site has seamless experience for the data collection part. And every single day, this drone in a box system will fly its own drone and then collect the data. It will send the data to us. And then all our cloud data processing pipeline will enable the digital twin photogrammetry engines to make sure that it's delivered autonomously to our users. And of course, this will be applied to construction, but there are many use cases of drone station or drone in a box system for infrastructure inspection, real estate, precision agriculture, environment monitoring, and disaster response as well. So that's the reason why we try to build a system of drone in a box installed in multiple different locations of the cities to monitor as well as to create a digital twin in a real time to create a map that is updating in real time for our planet. And in case of a disaster, we want to be the first one who wants to help out that city to recover, and also using the data that we provide as fast as possible for disaster response and in the future disaster relief action. And that's the reason why we are also doing a project in Turkey, which is affected by a deadly earthquake recently, and we are actually helping out their drone pilots as well as the AFAD, which is Turkey's government's official disaster response organization, try to provide them data using drone. And that project is actually currently ongoing right now. And I believe that in the future, these drone in a box system will able to collect data as soon as possible right after the disaster to deliver its most up-to-date and real-time data to our people. So that's about our company and how we utilize so far collaboration with the Flightbase. And we are still in a process of making this two systems work together. So Flightbase engineers and our engineers from Angelsing is working together to make sure that this delivery of data is seamless and also very easy for our user. And we plan to also provide this service starting from Q2. So we have a few more days left to finishing this project together with the Flightbase team. And we are working together to make this seamless integration within our software and also Flight Now software. So that's pretty much it. I'm collecting the question and questions from the audience. So feel free to ask any questions. I'd love to answer those questions from the audience. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter, for that insightful session. It's really inspiring to see, how Induswing started and how far it has come, and how it's, revolutionizing the construction management as well as, disaster relief operations. So I'll just quickly head over to the Q&A section. I would request the audience to send in their questions in the Q&A section, and I will ask them to Peter right away. Right. All right. So there's a question from Rakesh. Hi, Peter. What's the best height in construction industry to get the best resolution, and which is the best platform to process images for 3D models?
So the question was the best elevation for capturing the data at a construction site, and what is the best software, commercially available software for processing it and deliver it to the client. So starting with the question number one, I would say this really depends on what kind of construction project it is. So for our case, our average height that we are flying, that our user is actually flying the drone, is about 100 meters. And that is under the regulation of South Korea, which is 150 meters. And that gives about resolution of 2 to 3 centimeters per pixel ground sampling distance. So that's actually what we recommend to our users to fly at around 100 meters. But of course, depending on construction project, there might be tower crane, there might be some other tall buildings that's blocking the way. So in those kind of cases, we recommend our users to fly higher. For data processing pipeline, we do have our own engine to process it. And that's actually one way to use our solutions to process the data. That's actually one way. But there are other software that actually doing the pretty much similar stuff. Pix4D, other engines like Drone Deploy, and Metashape, and few other options, commercially available options are there for processing the data accurately. So these are some of the options that I recommend.
Okay, thanks, Peter. I hope it answers his question. Next, there's a question from Indra. Is it available in English, and how can we integrate any drones or custom drones? So
that's a good
I think
question. We do provide an English version. We are already in providing this service in 10 different countries at this moment. So we do have an English version. Number two question was how to integrate different drones into the system. So that's actually a good question. As long as drone has its GPS and also autonomous drone flight capability using the controller that the drone has, you'll be able to capture it. And our drone data platform can actually process the data to create a digital twin. So that's actually how it actually proceeds. But I'm not so sure about whether it's going to fit with the drone stations or drone in a box system that is available out there. So you might want to check with those hardware companies whether it supports the drone of your choice. And that's actually something that I recommend you to do.
Right, and I think that's really where the open DIB approach comes in, right? So Peter, there's a question that we are asking all our guests today. So if you can answer that, could you please share your thoughts on the open DIB approach, where each company contributes to a different layer of the drone autonomy stack, and what do you think its benefits are, and how can it help us grow the industry?
Sure. So drone in a box system is actually the way the industry is moving towards too. And I believe that we are eliminating humans from data collection part, and which is essential for a sustainable data collection part from different industry and different regions. That's the reason why the direction of this industry is moving towards the DIAB system. And I believe this is actually a very good sign that we try to automate this process. And I believe that different industry or different players are covering different layers in a DIAB system, because there's no one company who can fully do this, except for DJI. But I'm sure that DJI also open up SDKs and API for integrating your solutions to DIAB systems, just like FlightNow is collaborating with DJI. So I'm sure that this different layers plays an important role for expanding DIAB systems across the world, and also across different industries, and especially in a case of different industry needs. For example, we are specializing in creating a digital twin using DIAB system. So that's the reason why people start to use our solution once we launch this. And also, we are specifically targeting construction industry, and that's where we are really good at what our platform is good at. So that's actually the reason why this will be such an important solution for us, as well as for different industry, the different players actually integrating DIAB system into their workflow.
Right. Thanks for that, Peter. It sounds great, and definitely how the industry is moving forward. We need to grow together, and experts in every particular field should come in and collaborate, right? So let's go back to the Q&A section again. This is a question related to your product. So what types of user interfaces or dashboards are available within your platform to help users visualize and interpret real-time mapping data?
Could you repeat that question
Yeah,
again? I
sure.
couldn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the types of user interfaces or dashboards available within your platform to help users visualize and interpret real-time mapping data?
So if I get the question right, what type of visualization interface?
Yeah, right.
So we are providing the 2D and at the same time a 3D interface. And for real-time mapping, we are also starting with the 2D mapping, but also going to show you the 3D map in real time. So both 2D and 3D will be covered within our platform's the real-time mapping capability. So that's actually what we are working towards too. And it runs on web interface.
All right. Next up, there's a question. Can you explain the types of data inputs that your platform can handle, such as imagery, LiDAR, or other sensors?
Yes. So our actually software accepts point cloud from LiDARs or laser scanner that is susceptible, or if you have your own engine or service, you can also upload your process data to visualize within our platform. And we also handle imagery from IR data, which is thermal camera. So we also can turn that into create a map. That is also possible. And mostly it's RGB data. That's what our user use the most. But we also support point cloud and IR camera.
All right.
Any other questions you guys have? I think G just got exited from this session for some reason, but if you have any other question, love to answer. So please go ahead and write that down in Q&A section. So I only see the question that was asked before. So so far that's the answer that I can have. Maybe it's also good to tell you about how we are working with Flightbase. So we recently purchased a drone station from a company called Hexatronic, and we recently implemented into one of our job sites, and we are testing. Within the testing, there are some hiccups or some of the things that are not fully integrated. So we have to ask Flight-based teams to support, and also Hexatronic teams to support on some of the problems that we are facing. And these are quite critical, to be honest. And we are working together to make sure that these kind of problems are absolutely gone, because we want to launch this service as soon as possible. So we are going back and forth with some of the technical documents about what needs to be changed together with the Flight-based team. And also several requests that we are actually making to Flight-based teams to make sure that this platform of Flight Now is actually targeting some of the mapping mission better than now. So far, the Flight Now software has been developed for more towards the video streaming rather than mapping. There is a limited capability of the mapping technology part. So that's the reason why we are requesting them to have a functionality that supports some of the needs of our user and some of the needs of us as well for a professional mapping company like us. So I'm sure that there are those of you who wants to use Flight Now software, as well as some of the hardware drone station or drone DiAB system for your purposes. I would like you to go thoroughly and make sure that you request these kind of features. As common features are requested, they will take likely to choose those ideas for the development and for the priorities. So yes, we are expected to launch this service as soon as this Flight Now, as well as integration, once it's done. We are pretty much ready to go. And if you're interested in working with us, please do not hesitate to contact me. So feel free to contact me anytime. Hey, Jit.
Sorry, Peter, we are facing some network issues, so I got dropped off. I hope the audience were able to interact with you in the meantime. So I'll just ask a few more questions. What type of integrations are available on your platform, such as API access, data exports, or integration with other tools and systems? This is something our audience would like to know.
Sure. So we are also try to collaborate with different tools. So our API is also open, so you can develop together something, and please contact us if you're interested in doing so. Most of the data can be exported. Actually, every data that is uploaded and also generated can be exported. And also we provide API for that. So if you are building something, you can also use the API that we provide to build something together. And also we process data very fast with our cloud service. So if you have something that's difficult for you to process, we have a dedicated system that helps you to process much faster. So that API is also ready for our teams to, your teams to use. So that's actually another way that you can collaborate with us. And we plan to integrate it with several software that is currently well used at the job site. So it's pretty much nothing to do with your program, but we plan to integrate with some of the company's product like Procore or Autodesk 360. So these are some of the product integration plan that we have in order to make sure that these softwares are talking to each other. And of course, we also have planned to collaborate with the Flight Now product so that within the Flight Now application, our solutions will be popped up so that you can use it. So that's actually another thing that's also expected within this year.
Right. Thanks, Peter. Jonathan is asking if there's any way to connect the drone camera via RTSP or ONVIF and stream the video to a VMS system. I think this is more of questions to Flight Now than Angel's Wing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Jonathan, RTSP stream and VMS system can be integrated. Maybe you can reach out to Flight Now at Flight Base later. Apart from that, so Peter, can you discuss a bit more about future developments or updates that are planned on your platform and how those might enhance the capabilities of or functionalities of your tool?
Sure.
Yeah.
So we are actually focusing on simulation feature within our platform so that our user can simulate the work of tomorrow better than before. So that's the direction where we are going to focus. So you will be able to see a lot of enhanced feature, enhanced interaction using our digital twin to simulate the work of tomorrow, and also your BIM integrations to schedule your work. And that is actually the direction where we headed for our data process. Our drone digital twin platform. And the next is actually integration with this DiaB system in order to make sure that we are not only just showing the created map, but also real-time video. So that's actually something that we are going to work on after we first finish this mapping integration part. After that, we are going to integrate this real-time videos to be also stored within our platform and also play. And not only these videos are just playing in terms of video player, but we try to use these videos to create the maps in a real time. So that's actually the direction where we headed. So the technological development wise, we are working towards to creating a space with up-to-date real-time updating maps. So that's the direction where we're headed. And you will be able to see these solutions as fast as possible. I'm sure it's Q3 or Q4 of this 2023.
All right. There's another question. How long does it take to process images and recreate an entire job site on the HLC platform?
It really depends on how much data does the drone collect, or how large is the job site, and how much you are flying at a certain altitude. But let's say depended on it depends on those things. But just to give you a rough estimate, let's say you collect about 500 to 600 photos, and that's about 3 to 5 gigabytes, and that can be take less than 3 to 4 hours. So if you collect more than 1,000 photos, that will take maybe 5 to 6 hours. Those are regular. So we process pretty fast, and our data is actually something we have 24-hour policy. As soon as you upload something, within 24 hours, everything will be processed. And those are typical numbers that I just said. Is actually just average time for processing those kind of data.
Right. I think that is all from the question side. Do you still, if the audience still has any questions, feel free to drop those in the Q&A section. Okay, someone has asked how can they deploy the Angel Swing platform on their current drone in the box platform that they're using.
So that's another good question. So if you're already using drone in a box system together with the flight base, the next thing that we will going to do is that flight base also has third-party integration part, where our application will be show up there, so that you can also use that integration to use the benefit of our software together with your already installed DIAB system. So that's actually one way to integrate and easily access our platform using FlightMap.
Right. So with this, we come to the end of the Q&A section. You can connect with Peter, on LinkedIn or using the email that he had shared previously. Next, you can head over to the networking tab and interact with NestGen community, as well as visit the booths that have been set up by the industry experts. Um, Thank you again, Peter, for your invaluable insights into how drone in the box is going to revolutionize the construction management sector and the impact Angel Swing is going to create. Um, if you have any closing thoughts, Peter, it would be great if you can share some closing
Thank you.
thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Jade, for the nice introduction and inviting me to this next gen. We would love to see the growth of the DIAB system within 2023 and coming year. And we hope that the system that we are providing is also accelerating for the industry, as well as to hope the collaboration between our company and yours are much more fruitful this year. Thank you.